Hi everybody, my name is Joshua Lamb. I'm an illustrator and artist, and welcome to Inkology. Today we're going to be doing a fun drawing of Venom. If you don't know who Venom is, he is a villain from the Spider-Man universe, the Marvel universe. This is Venom, The Last Dance, my version. I've never done a Venom, I've always wanted to, and I wanted to make a drawing that's all black as a character and then work out the white lines. I did this with the Spartan video a while back, earlier this year I think, but I wanted to give it another shot because I felt like I need to work on my rain. That's what I need. I need to work on my rain, guys. But yeah, this is gonna be fun. And stay to the end because I got a special surprise for this drawing and you. I like this guy. So today we're gonna be doing a video. I'm just gonna be showing you how I created this drawing of Venom. Venom rains is what I call it. Get it? Rains, like, yeah. Genius. Anyways, this is gonna be a fun little thing. So let's just jump into it. I begin with just a simple sketch of Venom, starting with just the form and what kind of position I want him to be in. So I'm just going to start with a muscular male form. I wanted him to kind of be viewed from the bottom up, so that way he has this like very strong presence standing over the viewer, and you know, just kind of like standing there with power. One arm reaching out and another one holding the mask of like Spider-Man. And so I'm just going to draw out the simple form. The hand, I spend a little bit more detail and time on the hand because that's just something that I struggle with and I need to work on. So getting that right is important. The rest of him comes in later. Now that I start to detail Venom and put him into this form, this is when the fun really gets to happen, because Venom's really cool because I can just add muscles anywhere I want with him, really, because he's an alien creature. And since he's mostly black, I don't have to worry about too much detail because he's all gonna be shaded in. So now I'm just gonna erase it and then start with the inking. Okay, let's pull out my trusty pen. Today we're gonna be working with a brush pen, the pen tool. This is a nice fine tip. Hopefully I didn't ruin it. I had to do a cover up on something that needed the black marker and I had to use it. We will be also using the Posca white brush tip. I don't know if this is at the end. What is this? Oh, that's how it comes out. Cool. All right, neat. We'll be using this. It's gonna be a fun one. Never used it before. I've used other white tips and pens. And we'll use some of these Molotovs as well. But for now, so we're gonna be using this pen here. Really like this pen. The brush tip is fantastic. You should take care of it. I didn't take care of it as well as I should have, but let's begin. I'm using the brush pen to detail in Venom and his face and the wrinkles in his teeth and everything. I really don't have to do the wrinkles. I think it just gives me the option later on if I want to color it in or not, leave it as a reflection on the skin. I'm working on his body right now, just filling in the major blacks. This allows me to kind of keep my mind on the direction of the light source. So every time I create more muscles or different parts of his body, that I know where the shadow is going to fall on other parts. And yeah, just keeping that in mind is easier to start blocking out those shadows right away. Just a technique that I've learned to use. And now I'm just going to go in for the rib cage. The rib cage is fun because you have all these little small muscles that are shown through the light. Now they're very accurate. I mean, I guess it depends on how muscular you are, but I'm just going to go in here and create the rib cage, a few muscles, and then color in black. Venom is mostly black, so the trick is to paint him all black, but also leave enough highlights so you can see his form and the image on his chest of the spider, the white spider. I really enjoy this pen because it blends the brush strokes really well. You don't really see the brush strokes in the blacks compared to other pens. And for here, while I'm drawing the hand, I'm actually using a photo of my own hand. You can see here, his right hand is modeled off of my right hand using my phone. And then for his left hand, I didn't need to model and take a photo of my hand, but I needed the cloth and how it felt. So I took a photo, I ripped up the shirt or these shorts and then used it. And then that's kind of what helped me figure out what was going to work out. And I went from there, as you can see. Another cool texture on Venom is the veins. It kind of gives him that grotesque kind of look and vibe. You know, it's almost human, but almost alien. And I didn't put too many because I wanted the texture to come from the background and the raindrops. And I stuck mainly to the inking of him, mainly all in black and keeping everything simple and smooth and clean for the most part. I tried early on with the white Posca pen that I bought, the brush pen. It didn't really work. It was too translucent. I had to do a few layers. I liked how precise it was. I didn't like how many layers I had to do. And I can see in some situations having it translucent like that is, well, you know, desirable. Not for me. I wanted something opaque, something that almost matches the paper behind it. So I chose not the brush pen, but the Posca marker. And that's pretty much an acrylic paint pen. It lays it on flat and it's very thick. The issue with this is that once you layer a few layers of this white down, it's hard to draw on top of that if you're using felt pens like microns or the Molotovs that I'm using. It just becomes kind of soft and gooey, so drawing on it's not very easy or preferred. I also didn't want to overdo the white lines from the rain, so I started to finish coloring him in and filling in all the blacks and the darks, so that way I can get a better overview of how much rain I should put on his body dripping across and where it should be coming from. I'm going to have it coming from behind his back. I think that's going to be better than from the front, but yeah, that's just my own choice. Now in the movie, Venom has these, and I think even in the comics, he has this more of like alien tentacle stuff that comes out and attacks as well. But I didn't want to draw all that. I want to just focus on his hands being the strength and his muscles and his you know, his just scary form. He's kind of walking around like Sasquatch or Bigfoot, but you know, he's much more fearsome and he's got much more of a cool tone, and I wanted to put that in his hands. I wanted to show his hands had more of a grit to it than the rest of him, since they were closer to the viewer too. And for the bottom of his feet is actually, I was just going to do these lines to kind of fade them out into like this rain, as if the rain was kind of like sprouting up a little bit, reflecting some light, and just kind of fade it out. So I just left it with the black lines, and I used the black liner 0.1 to make thinner lines and kind of give more details to this shading effect, which I wasn't very perfect with. I was just, you know, kind of wanted to get a little bit more sloppier as I went down to kind of let it fade out, have more fun instead of being so clean like the rest of the image. I used the same pen also to finish up some more texture details on Venom skins on his hands, which I think look pretty good. It kind of look wrinkly and pruned from all the rain, you know, which he's about to endure. Cross-hatching in different directions actually helps build a more three-dimensional look to the shading process. At least that's what I find. And I do that in different areas where I wanted to build more form to the object I'm shading. And that's something you can practice. And it looks really good with different weighted lines too. If you're going from a 005 to, you know, a 04. I go back with the white and just kind of put splatters of rain coming down different areas on him and down his leg as well, because I'm going to have one big raindrop splattering on his leg and then kind of rolling down. And in order to do that though, I want to have these like splatters more accurately, kind of like how you would do the brush. I don't have a toothbrush to do it right now, so I'm using a piece of paper to outline my image, which I'm going to cut out in a second. Once I cut it out, it's going to protect the main part of the image from getting splatter of the white onto it. So outline, cut it out, make sure it fit perfect. Oh man, I forgot the rag. Oh well, it's not a big deal. So I'm going to use my Posca pens. My Posca pens, they overflow a lot sometimes. First, I got to erase all this other area because it's not going to be really easy to erase over Splatter. It's not even easy to erase over this white line that I drew over Venom. My electric eraser does a much better job than that other one. And that way when I splatter on here, I don't have to go through and just finally pick. But before I do the splatter, I want to put in the background. The background is going to be different cross-hatching techniques put in there to kind of build depth. It's just a lot of cross-hatching actually. And I'm starting out with a thicker weighted pen to build out all the shading that's closer to him. As I go further from him, I will shrink the pen down. I'm going to zap it and it's going to shrink. I'm going to grab another pen that's thinner, like a 0.01 or a 0.05 as I go further out. Eventually, the thin lines will just fade out, and you're going to see that shortly. Right now, I'm just going to finish up on the thicker lines, and it can similarly match to the lines angles as I get lower towards his feet. But everywhere else is just going to be lots of different angles and cross-hatching to build different shades right away with this thickness. You want to try to keep the distance of each stroke and the weight of each stroke all the same for each pen. Now I've lowered myself to a lower pen, a thinner pen, and this is going to go a little bit further on the outside, not all on the inside since I've already filled it up with the thick cross-hatching. This second layer of cross-hatching it won't be as much work since it's just filling up the outer spaces. And then I go down even further than that, and I'm going to, for the thinner pen, which I'm only using 3 different weights, and then just finish off the outer edges so that it kind of feels like it fades out more and there's more shape to his backdrop. And this, I think, will build enough darkness and distance for the white rain streaks to really bring out Venom as the subject, but also give a little bit of complexity to the whole image. And so that's what I'm going to do. Now that that's all complete and all the lines are filled in, now to build in all the raindrops and yeah, see if it all works. The Posca marker versus the brush is going to be a lot better. So it's going to fill in more thicker white lines than the brush. We'll have to do multiple layers. So we're going to start with the pen. I have this character, right? Cut this out, put this over. Well, I didn't do that, but whatever. This is going to be simple. It's kind of a fun little technique. You don't want to go overboard though with it, but you want to have fun doing it. Now this isn't the proper way to do the splatter technique. I'm using the marker because it overflows, and I know if I just hit it, it'll splatter over there, but it hurts my finger. As you can see, I crunch it up because it hurts. But usually it's a toothbrush and a different type of ink, white ink you can dip in and splatter. This is just my technique. I don't recommend it. It's just what works for me for the moment. This way I can go in and now draw over top of it and put in the splatter points where the rain is going to be hitting the back of his head, his shoulder, and everywhere else on his body. It just kind of looks cool. I've always liked drawings that had the splatter on their pieces, either as their background or as on their characters. So now after I did the splatter, I want to draw the rain lines and streaks, and I tried it, and I'm not very straight. It's not as easy. I need a ruler or something to guide my lines to have straight lines. So I think this helped a lot. I got this little technique where I put the ruler on the paper and just they lean up against each other, and it gave me a pretty good line. But it is translucent, and that means I have to go over it, which is what I'm doing here. 2 or 3 more layers, and it worked out pretty well. So this is it. This is the final product, and I'm just going to sign right here real quick. Usually sign right here, but this looks like a really good spot. After signing it, I actually started using this white ink and a brush to give thicker lines one more time in an attempt to make better splatter and rain lines and streaks. This also allowed me to cover up my signature at the bottom to kind of make it fade in just like hit the bottom of his legs, which was a kind of a cool effect I wanted to try out. But this works really well. The brush works very well to give really thick white lines. Probably should have started with that, but this was me just trying to see which one worked well, and the winner is obviously the brush at the end. Now let's check out the final results of Venom.
No savior, just me and you. To back you up later, this world is so evil. It's changing my nature, still I'm so appalled. You thought I couldn't get at you. Oh, it's looking bleak, there's blood in the street.
All right, that's it, guys. This is Venom. Venom Reigns. I'm really excited about this. One of the things that you have to take into account is, I think we all know this as artists, if you've been doing it for a while, if you're a beginner, remember that if you're ever at an angle in your drawing, you have to compensate that angle, because when you sit up, it's gonna be all skewed out in different ways. We all know this from school, doodling and stuff. We look at it like, why does it look all goofy? And then it looks goofy, but it doesn't mean anything. It just means you gotta sit proper and stay focused. I had a problem because I had 2 cameras here, so I was doing this, so I'm actually surprised it came out this way. But you know, once you have the perspective and you keep checking it, the good thing is to always step back and check your artwork and make sure it's coming out. And that's what I did. I would stay up a little bit and kind of make sure that the proportions are right and the colors are right. Color black, of course. But yeah, if you like this video, please like and subscribe. That would definitely help me out, help this grow and get me to a point where I can actually do this full time. But thank you guys for watching, and I really hope that you enjoyed it. If you want to join a artist community, I have a Discord that you can join with a really cool crowd of people from different levels of art that really encourage each other and really would encourage you too, and you can share your art. Please join, link down below. I have an Instagram, I have a Patreon. Those are cool ways to support me as well. But yeah, you can definitely support me and watch and join every week or so. I have live streams twice a week, usually Tuesdays and Thursdays. I'm thinking about changing that up coming up soon, but you can definitely find me out on there. And if you have any questions, you can always comment or message me. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. But hey, don't leave yet. Don't you leave. I have a cool giveaway. This Venom pendant. That's really rad. This pin is cool. Then a tote bag, how rad, and a print of this signed by me, I'm going to be giving away. Oh, how do you get this, do you say? Leave a comment down below of your favorite villain, super villain, or any kind of villain from the DC, Marvel, or any universe. Just tell me your favorite villain. It could be even Cartoon Network or anything. Just tell me, but tell me why. You know, why do you like Venom? Like Venom, he's one of my favorite because he's wild and he's the essence of like a bully, right? But incarnate in the Spider-Man universe is like this gruesome, like wild thing. But he also, for some reason, he looks so cool. You're like, just kind of like him. That's my reason. So leave me your reason of your villain down below of who you like, and I will enter in a raffle. And next video, I will let you know if you won. If you're in the United States, I'll send it to you, no problem, for free, right? But if it's out of the United States, it does cost quite a bit, so we'll talk about that. And if you can cover shipping, it's all yours. But that's it. That's the rules, and I hope you like that. I think that's fun. That's a fun thing to do, right? Especially if you're a Venom or Spider-Man universe fan. But thank you guys for watching. I really had fun with this one, and I hope you have a great weekend and an amazing week coming up. And if you're creative, go create. Venom.